Hello there, if indeed there is anyone there. This is Nick. The purpose of this video is a rather unplanned one, really. It's an unplanned ZX Spectrum bonus vid that's going to go on for an hour. Now, I've already done a stream earlier on today between 6 and 8, which was quite a bit of fun. But a few people have mentioned there that they'd like to see the live stream, but haven't been able to see it because they're on the process of going home from work. So this is going to be for an hour between 10 and 11. And I will just be gauging, is there enough popularity in there to actually see the live streams? Anyone want to see that? If so, we'll put some more in. Hello there, Batty. So, yeah, I was just saying that this is a test stream for an hour, because I think you was in the first one. I saw you there. It's a test stream just from about 10 to 11 to see if there's any interest there, because a few people mentioned there that they'd like to see the live stream, but couldn't because I was on the way home from work there. Hello, Julie. So we'll just be going for an hour. It's rather unplanned, this, so I picked a few random games. We're going from 10 to 11. But yeah, we'll just see how many people come in. Is it worth doing another stream later on? If so, then perhaps next week we'll do two 2-hour streams, maybe from 9 to 11 the next one, or 10 to 12. But equally, if there's no activity, no interest, then we'll keep it the same as we are. Oh, that's interesting to know. So would Chonabaggy, would a 9 to 11 stream, 10 to 12 stream help you? Would that be better as well? Hi there, Phil. Hi there, Phil. This is just a tester. So I've got a few games here. Some we've looked at already. There's a few new ones as well. So the first one was going to be in the stream earlier on, but I couldn't quite fit it in. It's a driving game called Chevy Chase. Okay, then we'll look to maybe do that. It's not a bad thing because, as I say, not a lot of people know I'm actually in this selection. So we're looking at Chevy Chase then. It's a racing game. Let's have a look on the controls. It's by High Tech Software in 1991, and I think as well there'll be a lot of people that in theory can't see the 6 to 8, so we'll catch in a bit later on as well. So we'll do a bit like before, although it'll be a bit shorter. Now in this game you can actually select what colour car you've got, which is quite good. So we do the colour from O to P. I like red, so I'm sure that'll be in here somewhere. There we go. And there's a choice of cars as well, going from Q to A. We'll keep that one too. So some of you might have not seen this. Hi, Gumdio there. So M to select car. There we go. There's some nice music on this one as well. You'll watch them if they're not live. Well, okay, we'll just see. It's a lot of experimentation at the moment, what works and what doesn't. We'll keep the 6 to 8s, but as I say, I don't want to do them if no one's watching, but equally, if there's a similar crowd and the later ones there, or even more, then it makes sense to me to do that as well. Okay, I haven't played this game for a while. Normally I have time to play test all these, but it wasn't that long since the last one. But anyway, right, so here we go. So here's our car. It's now the cars are quite big in this, but what's quite clever is they're different to the background. Normally the car's the same colour as everything else. Now how do I start this thing? I'll get ready. Wait till it gets ready first. Go. Right. Okay. So there we go. If you stream 6 till midnight, I'll probably be good for everyone. Right. Okay. Yeah. If I could do, I tend to get a bit tired. Right, is this car... Yeah, this car's handling a bit like a pig, like the real one. Right, now we're in high gear. Let's get it down to gear. So, it's quite big graphics in this one. The other cars are distinct differently to yours because they're a bit see-through. It's on a timing thing. Hi there, Jason. So a lot of you already were in the earlier stream. Yeah, I was just trying to gauge popular opinion, really. You might have seen it from the description. Is it worth doing a second stream on Tuesday, 9 to 11 or 10 to 12 to catch people that can't see the earlier one? Tell me what you think, because this is about seeing what you think, really. And if there is, I will do. Already on Monday, there will be an Atari 2600 stream a bit later on. Hi, Tom. It might be... It might be an hour, it might be 2 hours. I'd like to do a 2-hour stream of the Atari 2600 on Monday, but that's definitely be going up, so look out for that. Okay, so we're late night. Well, it's late night for me. It might be not late night for you. Okay, so good sounds on this one as well. Do a 6 to 7. Yeah. The thing is with an hour, I like to do about 2 hours. So I start an hour goes a bit too quick. The 2 hours ones goes very fast, but you know, there we go. It's all about trying to build up the channel, really, get as much people as watching it as possible. I don't even know what gear I'm in now. I'm not in sports gear. There we go. So time is ticking down. I've only got 7 seconds left. I might very well put a poke on it. Is that right, Jason? I can't see all the figures because I've got quite a basic setup here. I can't really see how many people are watching and all those sorts of things. But it's all about what's worthwhile, really, to keep the channel going there. So I will put a poke in this one, and we'll do a bit of a distance because no doubt this hour is going to go past super fast. As I say, next week might be 2 hours, so you might notice the music stops primarily. Nothing's gone wrong. It's just me just typing in the poke, so I get a bit of distance. I might have a look at 3D Pac-Man after this one, which isn't Pac-Mania. It's a different take on Pac-Man by a Danish coder called Freddy Christensen in 1983. So we'll dart about a bit. I don't know how many of you saw the Atari 2600 test live stream yesterday, but it went rather well. But I do want to do more live streaming if I can do. Right, so hopefully the time doesn't tick down now. On this game, at least. Later streams mean I can watch without interruption. Okay, Julia, that's good. That's good to know as well. So yeah, okay. So we will do already. Then we will do 2 lots of streams, and we'll take it from there from a week to week basis. I think. Okay. It's all about, as I say, it's all about trying new stuff. Good use of colour in this game. Oops, the gears aren't working now. Why is that? It's because it's dark in here, and I couldn't see the keyboard. So it's weird, when the gear sticks down, I think that's high gear, and when it's up, it's low gear on this one. Hi Dion, nice to see you again, So we're testing. There were a few people watching the end of the football, but I presume that hasn't had an effect on the lag on the thing. Overtaking in this game, Chevy Chase, is a little bit difficult. High-tech software in 1991, so a similar time to that other game we looked at Racing Cane called Miami Cobra. But the cars are massive on this, although it's graphically good, it's a bit hard to overtake there. Good stuff. Right, okay. So I've managed to stay awake, which is quite good. But you don't get many racing games where the cars are completely different colour to the scenery. So I hope you're enjoying looking at that one. Yeah. Okay. Well, you know, the streaming, I want to do it to suit me as well. And also as well, but it's pointless if I'm doing it and no one's there. But thank you, it is appreciated. And you've got to have gaps as well to keep the energy up. I try and keep energy in all the videos, because I don't know if you've watched another video somewhere else or whatever, but if you watch a video and the person's heart isn't in it, then it's not really that fun to watch, is it really? You got to have a bit of enthusiasm for the whole thing. But yeah, I will do it to suit myself as well. It's got to fit in overall. Obviously, a lot of content goes up on the channel pre-recorded, and it's a bit like a military operation. But again, the more I do, and I've done for years, you do tend to learn about what sort of like stuff, and yeah, it does all help. Chevy Chase, 1991. I mean, yeah, it's very impressive, this game. It's on the 128K spectrum, if I didn't say that before, but you probably already surmised that by the engine sounds. Those people that watched the earlier stream saw Tapper. I did mean to have a longer go on that, but the music and that was driving everyone absolutely crackers, so we went out a bit earlier there. Right, okay, so there we go. So next week then, this might be a 2-hour one. We'll see how we go. Right, okay. Normally I would be in bed now. No, I wouldn't be in bed. I'll be watching telly. Well, I say watching telly. I mainly watch stuff on YouTube, really. Stuff that really is recorded from the BBC that shouldn't be there from years ago. I watch a lot of Would I Lie to You and Whose Line Is It Anyway. I love those shows. Right. Time isn't ticking down now. You notice it's 75 seconds. I've never got a great distance in this game because I've never played it with the poke on it. I want to see if we go through a checkpoint or it changes colours or something like that. Oh, there we go. Oh, that was quite dramatic, wasn't it? The sky suddenly went red and yellow. That was very dramatic. Again, this is better than Outrun, isn't it? I would say. A lot of people with Dion might not have heard of this one. Again, it was quite late in the Spectrum's run, 1991, and people, if you think about it, Lotus Esprit Turbo Challenge was out on the Commodore Amiga, so that puts it in perspective really. What other choice was there? And I think a few years later was Lotus 2, and those games are absolutely outstanding. I can call you Betty, Betty. When you call me Al. Right, so I think it's dawn now. It's a red sky and well, it's a red and sky and yellow there. I think maybe some kind of volcano has gone off there. Good stuff. Auto center. What the hell does that mean? Oops. I think there was an option to upgrade the car there, but I accidentally pressed fire button and we're off again. Thank goodness we've got a cheat on it. There we go. Techno Cop. Now I think that is in my list of stuff to cover. Techno Cop. I think it is. I only put that in because it had quite a cool loading screen, I seem to remember. And I thought, is this a rip-off of RoboCop? But it is there. Hello, the classics, Ace. Thank you. Thank you for joining us again. There we go. So, this is just a 1 hour test stream, as I mentioned there, just to see if a later slot would be a good addition for the people that can't see, well, miss the 6 to 8 slot. So, thank you very much. Good stuff. So thank you to everyone early on in the early stream that used the super chat, which is super cool. Well, I'm not expecting you to do that here because this is just an hour test. But if you do, then fantastic, brilliant. Okie dokie, okie dokie. Julie used the Ko-Fi function earlier on, and it all went a bit blibbity up the screen. The Ko-Fi button, that was good. So thank you, Julie. Right, how am I doing in this? Is the sky going to dramatically change colour in a moment here? Does Techno Cop love techno? I don't know, but I've got it listed to have a look at some point. Hopefully I can get it to work, but the best laid plans of mice and men. Right, I don't remember the Automan game. What was that? I seem to look at so many games that I know a lot of games, but there's so many games I've never ever come across. It's amazing the actual breadth of stuff that was available. Okay. So yeah, this one was supposed to be in the stream earlier on, but I ran out of time. So here it is here. I don't know how long this game is. Oh dear, we've parked it into a tree. They're quite robust, aren't they, these American road cars? I don't know how much they cost to run. Maybe a great deal in terms of the petrol. Right, off we go again. Oh, the sky's changed dramatically again. It's gone to blue, so we're out of here. Chevy Chase, did. Fancy having a car named after you. I don't think there'll be a Njenkin sports car anytime soon. If there is, it'll have to come with some sort of cheat on it. Something for auto steering or a limited time for wherever you're going to go. Hooray! Right, off we go again. The engine sounds on a tunnel. The engine sounds on an AY chip are so much better, aren't they, than the standard 48K. So it was a bit. The eyesight's doing me a bit in here. Right. Whoa, down we go again. Time left 99.9. This is a good little road trip. So this is one of the later ZX Spectrum race games. It has to be said. Well, it doesn't have to be said, but I thought I'd say it. You know this. You know this already. I can't think of too many that come out after this. Oh, there's a bit of expert blocking here. Maybe it's the Ferrari team. I can't get through these people. Oh man. This is generated quite well. So this would annoy you if you've only got 2 seconds left. I've got past 1. Right, put it into top gear, accelerate away, if indeed there is top gear. I'm finding it a bit hard to tell. Right. Whoa. Away we go. I do like a good tunnel in a game. Yeah, good stuff. It's like when they have the Formula 1 games in 8-bit. And you go to the Monaco track, and they never have the tunnel. It only sort of like mainly turned up in the 16-bit. And my favourite tunnel in a game of all time, apart from Lotus on the Amiga, of course, is Test Drive 2. That had some wonderful tunnels on it. That did. Ooh, let's go around here. It does have some cool engine sounds. That is it. Excellent graphics as well. The frame rate is pretty good as well. It's one of those games with a poke on it. You could be playing it for quite some time. I don't know quite what happens in the end of this one. Maybe it goes on forever. Maybe so. Trees are a bit see-through. Oh, red sky. Oh, that's a bit like the Monaco flag, isn't it? Red and white. Or the Polish flag. They are very similar. Right. I'm not a big fan of these double cars though, blocking the road. 2 American muscle cars. I've got past one. I think I drove through it. I'd like a racing game where you're controlling that DeLorean out of Back to the Future. I'd love that, but the Back to the Future games in my mind are a little bit ropey. I had Back to the Future Part 2 on the Amiga, made out of lots of mini games, but I would have liked something a little bit more substantial. The only other game I can think of that's got the DeLorean in it is Rocket League as a DLC on the PlayStation 4 and maybe some other systems as well. Right, okay. Hello, Avenging Lettuce. Now that is a top name. An Avenging Lettuce. Good to see you, sir. Right, around we go here. Didn't the Titanic sink when it hit a lettuce? I think it did. You can work out the rest of that joke yourself. Right, let's go round here. The cars don't weave as much as they do in Lotus on the Commodore Amiga, but they're equally as awkward to try and get past. Whoa, I have reviewed this game back in the day, well I say back in the day, probably a few years ago now on the channel, so if you want a more detailed review, but probably very similar gameplay of me getting blocked behind two cars, then it's there to see. It is as big as one of the Batmobiles, you're quite right. Right, there we go, so we're through here, it's a green road, it's a red car. And what would have entertained me as a kid really is you could choose at the start, if you missed the start of this, the colour of your car. And there's a choice of two cars as well, which is pretty good. Pretty good stuff, isn't it? As I smash into a load of lampposts. Come on, let's get out of there. I might have to let these two cars drive off the... Oh, look. I was thinking I'd have to let them drive off the screen so I can get past them. But two cars together is an awkward combo. Yeah. Stilts like Inspector Gadget. Now that would help. Bomb, 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 bomb. Inspector Gadget. Toot your horn, says Elf Boy. Well, maybe I should do. Oh, look at that. I need to do a lot of tooting. Or maybe have a gun on the front, like road blasters or something. That would be quite good. Right. Now, I've written a game down called Hydra. I can't remember what system that was on. I think it might be on the Mega Drive to have a review. That's supposed to be like road... that was subtle again. That's like road blasters, but on a boat. I mean, this game is good and everything, but it is flawed when you hit two cars at the same time. I'm trying to bash my way through. Any sensible drivers would just pull aside. Oh, this is a bit silly, isn't it? Right, okay. This is a little bit silly. Right, I think that's enough of Chevy Chase in this bonus thing. So let's get out of here. That's a bit unfair getting across. So I don't think we've reviewed this next one on a live stream before. It's game there, so we'll see. We'll see if in fact it loads. Right, okay. 3D Pac-Man. Yeah, Twins was a good game. I like doing that. Did any of you add this back in the day? I'm not sure how long we'll be on this one because. Oh dear, live stream offline. Am I back again? Am I back with you? I cut out and in again. So this is an experiment. This is an experiment to see if it's doable later on. So I was out for a couple of seconds there, I seem. Okay, getting a bit of lag now. Okay, so that was always the worry, and that's why it's always good to test. So we're going to look at 3D Pac-Man. So 6 to 8 seems to be okay, but that might be just a temporary thing from what else is going on in the house, maybe. Right, okay, so we'll have a bit of 3D Pac-Man then, and we'll see if I cut out again or not. Kempston joystick, no. Right, okay. 2 seconds. Right, you're back then. Hi Astay Moore. I was cutting out there for a few seconds. Okay, right. So, this is a 3D maze, right? It's a bit like Pac-Man, but in this first level, and this is why this game is a bit flawed, there is no ghost. Now, you'll see I've got 143 pills left. I need to find them on here. It's good to be back. It's good to be back. Right, there's no ghost in this first one. You have to get all the pills before you get a maze with ghosts. So it's a little bit boring, but some people like this one. It's a nice idea, and it moves quite fast as well. I haven't played Not in 3D. Okay. So hopefully the internet doesn't cut out again. That's something maybe I can fix if I ever get round to upgrading my internet. But what's probably happened is someone else in the house has, or someone nearby in another building. I don't think Pac-Man works like this in a sort of like 3D. Other 3D games this reminds me of is like Monster Maze, which had a remake on that as well. Okay. Thanks, Dazzy. It's good to be back. Right. Okay. Will Oasis ever get back together again? I'm not sure they will now. I like Liam's new stuff. To be fair, the game was futuristic. Yes, it was. Right. What was that line? You only get to do it once. I think that was one of my favourite Liam Gallagher songs at the moment. That's good, that is. Check that out on YouTube. Right. Okay. Good stuff. There's another game similar to this. Well, it's a little bit better actually, called Zigzag, where you're trying to catch, I think it's scatterbugs about the place again. But there's no jeopardy in this first level on this, but I thought I'd show you it so you got a bit of an idea, see if you want to track it down, as I say, from a programming point of view. Now, quite often, I've got 30 pills left to go, but on the map there, you can see on the bottom left, it won't tell you where the pills are. So it's going to get to a point where you're just wandering around a bit like me, not knowing where to go. Yeah. So, you know, it was a nice idea. It's not licensed by Namco or anything. It is quite early. So Freddie Christensen, bear in mind this was in 1983. I found some pills there. There was a nice bit of colour there, which was quite interesting. There are ghosts in it, but you have to get off level 1 before you get there. Which that's why I think the game's flawed. And it starts with just one ghost. And I think a lot of kids playing this, you need the ghost to make it interesting. I think a lot of kids playing this would have lost interest before they actually got to that burst bit. And like you, Chona Baggy, I've got a certain amount of pills. And then I wouldn't be able to find the last 20 odd, and I would probably give up as well, essentially, because, you know, if the map told you where they were, that would be good, wouldn't it? But they don't. I suppose they're thinking that you should remember by the colour of the maze. Now, I'm probably just going around in circles now. Yeah, but it's good programming, isn't it, really? But no Pac-Mania. If you want to do 3D, probably the isometric is probably best than this face down thing. Yeah, but obviously I've been here before. There's one. Maybe there's more around here. No, it's just one on its own. So maybe we cross that. So already I think you've probably seen enough of this game. Probably best to map it on graph paper, I should suppose. It is a good piece of programming. It's quite useful. But it'd be good to briefly come to other maze games on the channel props in the live stream, in particular 3D Monster Maze, and that I think that originally came out on the ZX81. Although there is a homebrew now. There is a homebrew now where someone coloured it in, which we reviewed on the channel, which was quite good. Yeah, 3D Monster Maze it was, and someone's coloured it in, and it comes out. When that big dinosaur turns up, it's or monster, it would scare you as a kid there. Other good maze games which you haven't covered on the live stream are Ant Attack, although I always found that quite hard to control from a 3D point of view. But that was programmed really well, and I think it's got a few remakes as well on it. So, you know, I'm glad you saw that, but I don't think we're going to find any more pills, and it would be me just wandering around, I think. So we'll get that reset. Let's I don't know what to do. Let's play a few of the classics then. On the earlier stream earlier on, we had a look at Crackout, which was a Breakout clone. My favourite one really of those is Batty, so we'll have a look at that one, see how it plays until everything's working okay. Right, there we go. There's Batty. There's just 3 buttons on this. The alternating there, and then the space bar there. We possibly could jump into Jet Set Willy. Through the Wall, that was a good one as well. I enjoyed playing that, which is quite good. So we'll keep it on one player. I'm the only player here. Right, okay. So, okie doke. Oh, so right, something's just happened. I've lost connection. I think my door closed. Let's open that. Sorry about that. You might have lost connection. Okay, good. Right, okay. So you're still with me? Something went a bit wrong then. Okay, so here's Batty. We've got this bat here, and I've lost the ball straight away. Right, off we go. So let's just see how long I can last now. This does move quite quickly, this one, and we have to get special power-ups to get to the next level. That was going to help that smash thing, and that's going to devour it quite quickly. Good, let's push that there. Good stuff. Right, so it looks like it's going to make us do the whole level here. Quite often I like to get an early hit on this one. Whoops. And watch the aliens coming down. Oh man, I had to avoid that bomb then. Arkanoid is a good one as well. Oh dear, didn't last very long there, did I? Okay. There we go. So as I say, we're just going to go for an hour. Almost about halfway through now. But as I say, if you want this, please be vocal if you do. Then there'll be a 2-hour one a bit later next week there. Good stuff. Thank you for people that become members of the channel. That's helping the channel go forward, because I have to see what's the best use of my time, essentially. But yeah, it seems that there's quite a few of you in the box. But I would recommend tracking this one down. Also come out on a cover tape, as well as being an official release. I think it came out on, published by Hit Pack in 1987. Okay. Right, boing. Okay, let's do that there. There's a power. Sometimes getting the power up, it causes you to miss the ball completely. Oh, that's a bigger bat. That's going to help, and that's going to help. That's a boost to the next level. Thanks, Dazzy. Yeah, okay. So yeah, we'll continue doing the night stream. Oops. I need to put a light on though. I'm losing where my fingers are on the keyboard. Right. So it's getting a little bit tricky as we go forward. Next week, there we go. That was an extra life, which I immediately lost. Now I do have a Kempston joystick. It's starting to fail, but I've noticed that it does do a lot of clicking on the recording. So you might hear a lot of clicking going on, but I could try and get that to work. In one live stream, it failed completely, so I don't want to risk that. Now we're cooking on guess. Good. Game over again. Oh man. We'll have one last go on this one then, and then I might put on Turmoil with a poke on it. It's been on the live stream before that one, but with just a normal amount of lives. Ah, it's my name. Good stuff. Right, okay. Let's put a 0 in there. Okay, good stuff. Slow, that might help. So now the ball's going slow, as you might have seen. I think that's a triple thing, so I can hit. It's gone into 3, so hopefully I can keep all these into play and get the stuff. Kill aliens where there's no aliens about that I can see. It's a very good game, this one. I'm glad you like it. So we looked at a few crack up we looked at on the live stream a few weeks ago. But this is to my mind is one of the best ones, and quite a few people would agree saying this is one of the best ones as well. It's just graphically it's good, it moves fast, it's got a bit of quality with it as well, because you can see the shadow underneath the ball gives it a bit of definition and separates it from the background. Quite often on the ZX Spectrum games, when the foreground was the same colour as the background, it was hard to see, but that shadow is helping quite a bit. Okay, right. There is a... Oh, that wasn't very good. There is a Spectrum emulator on the phone. I think it's called Speculator. Something like that. Okay. Right. I think that's the closest you can get to having emulation now that the Vega Plus isn't about. Boing. Right. So all about hitting the brickwork. So, you know, if you're not familiar with Through the Wall, check that one out, because that was one of the very first breakout clones there on the Horizons tape, which come with the ZX Spectrum. Okay. Cuba. I think there's a version of Cuba in Grand Theft Auto 5, wasn't there? Or Grand Theft Auto 4. One of those two there. So yes, we looked at Chevy Chase, or not to be confused with the actor, 3D Pac-Man and Batty. We'll have a few more goes on this, I think, or maybe one last go, and then I might load up Turmoil for you. Okay, thank you. There we go. I just heard a beeping. What was that? Oops. Hopefully it weren't my computer going wrong. It might have been a co-fire. Right. Okay. I'll see a bit later on. Oh, look at that. Okay. Now let me know if things go out, because there's a few odd things happening at the moment. And I think it's to do with internet speed. But you can still hear me, or it might be to do with other activity going on in the house. I'm trying to keep my voice down and also not be loud enough as well, because it's quite late, and don't want to wake up other people in the house that may be trying to get to sleep. So it's a bit of a delicate one. Also, as well, I'm having to keep the door open slightly, otherwise the internet speed might go a bit as it's trying to go through solid wood. I think someone closed the door. It wasn't my email. I've got my emails turned off at the moment, so I don't know what the noise was. There we go. It might have been something going a bit wrong. So if it wasn't the Ko-Fi, as I say, I've got my email notifications turned off at the moment. It might be something failing somewhere. Okay, right. Let's have one last go. It's got a bit of a one last go factor on it about it. This game. Okay, what is ZXDS? I don't know. Does that come up? Did a window come up saying that? I don't know. I do not know. I'm using an emulator called EmuZWin. Right, okay. I've got a big bat here. Not in real life, just here. Let's get some power-ups. We'll get off this level, and then we'll do a bit of Turmoil, build a few cars. I'll probably have to turn the music off on that one, because unlike Tapper, which you couldn't turn the music off, oh man, that one hasn't. ZXDS, special emulator for the Nintendo 3DS. Well, there we go. I didn't know that, so I'm learning stuff. Boing, okie dokie. Right, okay, so we're just taking away some bricks, but there's quite a lot of breakout clones, isn't there, really, on lots and lots of systems. If I had to guess if there's more Tetris clones than breakout clones, I'd be a bit, I wouldn't know which one is. What's more, Tetris or breakout? Whoa, that's far. Oh, no, that's what you need to do. Get it behind the wall, 5,000 points, and he also didn't lose a life, so that was quite good going. It's moving mightily fast now. I wouldn't mind getting that slow thing to slow it all down a bit. Right. Yeah, I mean, Tapper earlier on, I should have turned the sound off there, but that was the sound was annoying people quite a bit there. You're playing Tetris right now, Dave. Well done. Well done, you. What version of Tetris are you playing it? Are you playing it on the Spectrum? Are you playing it on your phone? What are you playing it on? Ooh. It's always the same. My favourite version is probably on the Amiga, Super Twintris. There's a few 3D versions, isn't there, really? Block Out as well. I've looked at that on the Amiga and the Mega Drive. Tetris is a great game. I haven't looked at Tetris in any of the streams so far, but it's something we could easily do. There's Clactris as well, isn't there? And Coloris, so all different like variations. Whoa, oh man, that took a wicked deflection. Right, okay, so it's making me work for my money here. It's making me knock out all the brickwork. I really wanted that backpack so I can just get onto it. Okay, let's try and work here. There we go. Okay. Oh, the aliens getting it. It looks like a bit like an alien from Phoenix or one of the Atari 2600 games. Okay, there'll be no live streams going up on Wednesday, but I'm gradually building up. But there will be a homebrew ZX Spectrum game pre-recorded there if you want to have a look at that. Show it some love. Oh look, I just need to get one last blue one, and I've got one last blue one. Okay. Back to school was good. Thank you, Phil. 35 watching, which is good. Now, can I get off level 2? I do not know. So yeah, if you've just joined us, this is a test stream to see how successful it is. Did one earlier on, but we'll just be going till 11 o'clock there. If people want a later stream, I think I'm going to do it already from what people have said. Oh, we've got off that level. People said it'll be more a permanent fixture. It's all me trying to think, how can I keep the channel running, get income coming in, what's worthwhile doing, what's not worthwhile doing. So I'd be guided by you, essentially. Right, so we need to knock these magenta bricks out of the way. And then that'll slow will be good. There we go. Slow's not good in racing, but in this game it's pretty good. Alright, now we've got that hand which causes things to get stuck. If I can get that behind. Oh man. Right, let's get an angle on this. best here. Now, you notice the aliens firing stuff at me, and I've got the ball behind, so that's actually worked. So that's the best game. Right, okay. Later streams, Dave? Okay. Right, we'll see how it goes, because I've only been doing it for about 6 weeks. It's just finding out what's the best time. I think initially then, I'll probably do, still keep the early streams, but I'll do a later stream as well. There might be a bit of overlap with some of the games there. On Monday, there'll be a 6 to 8 stream on the ZX Spectrum, then either an hour or 2 hour stream on the Atari 2600. We'll see what the pacing is like on that one. Yeah, because they tend to be a bit more basic, the Atari 2600 games, but there are quite a lot to choose from, which I've only just seen a few of them so far. Thank you, Max Rom. Thank you. So that's good then. So getting some good feedback from you. Getting some good feedback. Game over for Batty. So let's reset that there. It is a bit like Through the Wall. I think Through the Wall is where it all started in the red corner. Right, so let's go on a bit of Turmoil then. Okay, now hopefully, as I say before, I'm a little bit conscious making too much noise for other people in the house, but we'll see how it goes. Turmoil, let's load the thing up. Now, thankfully on this one you can turn the sound off. Keys are IP, Z and M. Now you might hear it go silent for a bit. That's me putting it in a poke, so we got infinite lives there, which is always helpful. If I can have infinite lives in real life, that'll be quite useful, and I'll probably take a few more risks. But anyway, but that doesn't exist at the moment as far as I'm aware. Okay, so just checking that this poke is okay. I think it is, but we'll soon find out. S to start, so it's IP, QZ and M. And we'll turn the music off because you might like it at the moment, but it does get old quite quick. So there's these two Arabs or sheikhs walking along. We have to get up to that oil and fill the can up with this oil. Now, this first level is a little bit tricky. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. This first level is a little bit trickier than the other ones because I find this catapult thing a bit hard to use. See, I can't get up there. This happened before. That's it. We got the full hit of that. Right, now we can get up the top here. Oh, man. I had that done then. Did. It's quite annoying, this game, first of all, right? Right, that's it. Right, I've got up here. Now, I need to fill this can with oil. And then once we filled it with oil, we dump it on that cyan or blue grate you can see in the bottom left. It's always in a different place on each level, which there's 26. This is level A. And then we do the car and we'll zip away. Okay. Influenced by Manic Miner, you could say that. Now, if the Arabs get in your way, or the sheikhs, you can dump some oil, which they might slip on. Oh, look. Right, so the oil is retained in there. And you can see that see, then I've taken care of him. But I won't be able to take care of him because I run out of oil. So we've done a bit of the car. Now we need to get the extra bit of the oil to get the rest of the car. Oh, man. This is so tricky to get that bit first. Right, that's it. That's good. So typically it needs about 1.5 cans. And then you can fill the thing up beautifully. That's probably enough now. And the first car you make is a Mini, and then it gets more elaborate as you go further on. Oh, that's a nice jump. And then the car's there. So a bit like a bit like Ultimania. I was just about to say that, Tom. It's a bit like Ultimania where you're doing the cars. There's 26 levels. We won't be doing all 26. Okay, so it's going to be quite brief, this stream. But next week then, because of the feedback you've given me, it'll be a little bit longer. There we go, right. So always watch out that you don't get cornered by the enemy coming at you. They could be in Street Hassle, that would be good. Street Hassle's a game we looked at earlier on, if you haven't seen that stream. All the streams do get archived, so if you want to have a look at that a bit later on, then feel free to do so. Good, right, okay. Ultimania does have brutal sound, you're quite right, There's a lot of these Spectrum games are quite bad on the old eardrums, aren't they, really? This one isn't, well, this one is a bit harsh, so I had to turn it off. It's alright for a while. Jet Set Willy is good, those ones are okay. I think, and everything on the 128k seems to be quite decent. I think it's when they attempt to do maybe a little bit too much, really. It can grate a little bit. Yeah. I'm not sure this game came out on a cover tape or not in the red corner. I know it was a official release initially. It's by Bug Bite in 1984. So that might be where the Manic Miner similarities are coming, because that was a similar time, wasn't it, really? As the car drives off. Oh, thank you, Avenging Lettuce. Thank you. A series by Probe Software. Let's write that down, because I respect everyone that does donate. I wanna do something. So let's write that down. So Probe Software. Excellent, thank you. I thought the whole stream was going to go with nothing at all then, so thank you. That does help. Really appreciated there. So I think there's some oil still in this can, isn't there? Right, it gets gradually more difficult, as games tend to do. Is there some oil in here from the last stage? No, there isn't. Oh man. This game is called, Nostalgia Nerd, this game is called Turmoil, and it's well worth tracking down. It's by Bug Bite in 1984, so you might see some similarities between this and Manic Miner. Essentially, you need to collect the oil in this can over 26 levels and not fall down like that, and then dump the oil in those blue grates there. So it's a good game, Nostalgia Nerd. I would highly recommend it. I had this one back in the day. It's super cool. Right, but it does test you a bit later on, so I need to get the timings here. There we go. Oh, that's just about. So fill in the oil with this can here. You might have had this one back in the day. Might have come out on a cover tape as well. There. Thank you, Phil. Thank you. Actually, I'm looking at that sticker as well. As nice hippo there. So, yeah, now that the super chats have come in, I was going to do it anyway. Well, I was debating it. Now that super chats have come in, I will do a 2-hour one last next week. I don't know if that's going to be 9 to 11 or 10 to 12. It might really be 9 to 11 to fit in with everyone else in the house there. So thank you. Now there's 3 Arabs here. We need to... Okay, so let's get up there. We dump the oil on the grate. So we've almost done a full mini. If only he had a bigger can, then we could have done it in one. But he doesn't. Oh, man. It's quite easy to get surrounded in this. The enemy do move around at random. Right, okay, so it looks like we're going to do C, but that's mainly because I've got this cheat on here. Right, that's a bit better this time. It's a really nice level design on this one. It's a real nice feel to it, the game. Large sprite as well there, so Bug Bite did some great games round about this era. I think that's going to be enough. And the car goes, it's a mini. So I think the last one, if you ever got to that Z, you'll be building like Rolls Royces and similar cars like that. If you did complete this one back in the day, let me know. And this is probably this level. This is probably about as far as I got. Bit of colour clash, but I'll let it go there. Not sure if it's programmed in BASIC or a compiler. And when he goes up the ladder, but it's heaps and heaps of fun. Oh dear. Yes, that wasn't too clever. Now you might notice. Thank you, Tom. Thank you, Tom. It all counts. Thank you. Now you might notice it's very hard to get the oil onto the platform, but you have to dump it on there, and you can follow it through on the conveyor belts. Oh man, because I died beforehand, it stopped it. Right. You put the oil on the conveyor belts, and it falls into that garage a bit below there. So this is a bit of a doozy, level D. Fill up the can. Right, and now I need to get to those things on the other side without getting interrupted by the Arabs, and they're already coming over to my side. Right, so that should go there. That should go there. Oh, man. Right, I'm not sure I can get off the conveyor belt. So you can see all the oil. It's going to drop down there, and it's gradually building the car. Right, so at the moment that guy's in the way. Oh, they're both in the way. Oh, man. I don't think I can get out of there, and we're into a bit of a rough and tumble. A 3 AM special. Now, it's funny you should mention that. I did think about it briefly and decided against it. People coming home from the pub on a Saturday, they're coming home at about 3 AM, aren't they? Or 2 AM, or some sort of like time similar to that. Would it be worth catching them? It might make the stream a little bit interesting. Oh look, I've gone up there. Why have I gone up there? I don't know. Right, these guys are starting to get a bit on my nerves now. Right, if I can just get there before they get there, which I can do. Right. As long as you fill up the oil, it does remember that. Oh man, See, now I've just boxed myself in with that oil, because I can walk on the oil as well. Oh, that's good. Right, that's taken care of him. Good stuff. What is that music it plays? Do 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 do. My doing is less grating than that, but that's just my opinion. Do 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 do. Right, go. That should be enough now. As long as they, as long as they don't get me. Oh man, I've done the ultimate boo boo there. Right, but they're miles away now. I should be able to just put this here. Yeah, I think if I was doing PlayStation, I'd probably get more people on the 3 AM one, but they'd be full of drunkards, wouldn't it? Oh, I need one more. Is that going to do it? And then this car's going to drive away. Good. It's quite an addictive game. Jetpack's a good game. Do have that somewhere. Right, so now it's getting beyond what I ever got to back in the real, what am I trying to think of? In real life back in the day. That's the thing I want. So two plungers. Bit like the level B. I've just about got on that one. Watch for the arrows that are going to come at you. The Toreador song from Carmen. It is. I love that, Carmen. Carmen is a top opera. It's one of the few ones I know. It's used quite a lot. Some music from Carmen. Right, down we go. Oh look, I fell on my own oil. If you have fallen on your own oil, comment below. Right, there's 1, 2, 3. So this will be going to 11. So we've got 10 or so minutes. So thank you people that joined me on this unplanned stream. Next week it will be a little bit longer for people that appreciate, well, get home a little bit later. But I might have to soundproof my room to make it a bit fairer on anyone else in the house. But I'll keep thinking. I've got a green screen I can maybe put up. Egg boxes are good soundproofing, aren't they? Oh, I saw that coming a mile off. Oh, that's a plunger. Oh my word. Yeah, there's a good homebrew jetpack clone on the Commodore 64 called Rocket Smash. Thank you, Jason. Originally, this was supposed to be a test hour for Commodore 64. You might have noticed my note there, but I had so many technical problems I couldn't get it to work. But I haven't given up completely on the idea. I might try a bit again. Right, okay. Yeah, I could do a late one. I might do, I'm still debating it, I might do a late stream on Thursday of Stunt Car Racer, because I'm quite good at that game, and see how that goes. It might turn into a blundering series where I save it at the end. So let me know if you want that. Oh, thank you, Neil. Appreciated. Thank you, sir. Yeah, so it might be an unofficial blundering series there. Oh, man. I need to get over the other side. Oh, come on, plungers, work. The plungers aren't releasing their magic. There we go, plunge. But there's 2 Arabs in the way there, which isn't overly helpful. Right. Oh, now look, I've blocked myself in. But I've regenerate right in front of it, so that's good. 1, 2. Now, why did you do that for? Right, yeah, so thank you to everyone that's done, well, that's worked, a super chat on this one. It does help there, as well as the first one. I don't know what that beeping was early on, but things seem to be working. We just had one issue, didn't we, where we went offline for about a minute or so, or maybe a bit shorter than that. But I think we got away with it in the end. Right. Let's get up there. Fill up with some oil. Right. Yeah, so the oil you can get if you've got a maximum is just 1 short. And you can see the blue grid on this, on level F. It's right between those 2 plungers, which are going to make things a little bit awkward. And there's a level there that seems to disappear and reappear. And I've been hit by one of the bad guys. So let's get back up here. Right. Let's get a bit of timing on this one. Right. That's good. Right, that's worked a bit better. So that's gone down there. Now, so we've almost done the car. We'll do this level and then we'll have a quick go of something else. Oh, is it 10-2 already? We'll maybe have a quick go of something else, then we'll zip away. So have you enjoyed the stream? I think we've got away with it, haven't we, really? Dion, you finally completed Chaos Engine on the Amiga without cheating a month ago. Well, that is good going. That is very good going. It also came out on the Mega Drive as well. Chaos Engine, much better than the sequel, but well done on completing that. It's impressive. That's one of the games I've always wanted to complete, that along with Alien Breed as well. That's a good game. Okay, thank you, Tom. Streams have been good. Okay, thank you. I think that's going to be enough, isn't it? And it's away. Good stuff. Yeah, well done, Dion. 5 seconds. 5 seconds break in stream. Okay, so we're getting to the sort of like point here. Thanks, Neil. I like to keep you all involved in it. That's what it's all about, I think. Retro gaming. It's shared memories rather than one person talking all the time, because we all have different opinions and different backgrounds. It's good that we come together with this community spirit. So it is all super good. It is sort of good. Alien Breed had a few sequels there. What shall we end on? We'll just do. I'll tell you what we'll end on as a last one then. Before we probably do a Thursday stream of, what did I say? Stunt Car Racer. What can we have a look at? We'll have a look at Paperboy then. I know I've done it. I know I've done it before, but we'll have a quick look at that, and then we'll all get some shut-eye. Good stuff. If I can find it. Got Paperboy 2 here as well, but that's not quite as good. Right, okie dokie. Right, I can't remember what the keys are. I think it's Q, A, O, and P. Oh, select keyboard. Right. Oh no, there we go. We want it on keyboard for sure. There we go. 0 is the start. Stunt Car Racer was on all systems, that is for sure. Do have it on the Spectrum there, so yeah, it'd be good to see that. So we might have a look on that on Thursday, providing everything is good. So let's just have a last hurrah on this. What's Fire the Newspapers? I don't know. Oh, this is going to be a good. Oh, it's N, right? Okay, so we missed the first few. Smash the windows of people that don't have the newspaper to try and get subscribers and deliver to people that have subscribers. Now, Paperboy, I've said this before. Paperboy on the ZX Spectrum doesn't look like any other version of Paperboy, and so that it's monochrome, but it plays so good. The collision detection takes a little bit of getting the hang of. There we go. Bomb Jack will be a good one to have a look at also. Hopefully I can get to the assault course on this. Right, smash their windows. I don't know if they were subscribers. Oops, oh dear, I've lost my keying there. P and O I needed. Right, good stuff. Just reading your comment there, Phil. I think my keyboard burst. That could be my nickname. It's been in our dreams to take. Oh dearie me. Right. Okay. Fair enough. Maybe I can make that a perk for high-paying members. Maybe. There we go. There we go. So the channel's a big success, and I'll start an OnlyFans account as well. There we go. Diddly dear. Right. The keyboard's jumped back into action, which is quite good. There's been a few bits of lag, but nothing overly serious from what you're saying. Oh dear. Oh dear, I knew that was going to happen. So we completed Monday, and we'll get on to Tuesday. Yes, Tom, I agree. Elite did do some good conversion, didn't they? Commando was a pretty good one as well. So off to Tuesday. Thanks, Neil. Good stuff. Oh. Yeah. Right. Okay. So this takes me back to my Paperboy days. So I actually put them through the letterbox. So that's where I was going wrong. I never used to throw them in gardens and smash windows. I had a great paper round. I didn't need a bike. All the houses are really close together, and it took me literally about half an hour. That's a real doozy. That was probably a good. That was a top job. That was. Maybe I should see if the round's still going. That might work. Right. There's a paper delivered there. Away we go. Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. Right, so I'm always mindful of burnout. I'm nowhere near it at the moment, although there's a lot of there's content going up on the channel. So maybe I'm eating a bit healthier, eh? I do get a bit of fresh air, get a bit of vitamin D, so that's important, isn't it, really? It's very easy to stare at the screen too long, answering tweets and all those sort of stuff, but I think I've got it balanced quite well now. I think the older you get, the more you understand yourself, don't you, really? Then you develop some other stuff. Yeah, okay. So yeah, we might look at Paperboy 2 maybe in another stream maybe next week, but it's not a patch on this. This is where the action is, and we got to the end of the round. Good stuff. In Paperboy 2, though, you can select to be either a paper girl or a paperboy, although the game plays a little bit different. Just reading your comment, Avenging Lettuce. I mean, the Christmas box. I was lucky. I delivered something called the Evening Echo, and I had to collect the money each time. And the week's papers were 95p, and people just gave me £1. So you can imagine, can't you? If you did 40 and everyone's giving you 5p or more than that, that's pretty good. That works out quite a bit. And then near the end of the round, they upped the price to £1, and that sort of like destroyed it straight away. Right, okay, you can run out of papers in this. But I don't know what the newsagent's thinking here. They need to deliver about 8 papers, and they've given them about 1,000. They was always going to end up in people's gardens, weren't they, and smash through people's windows. It was like it's some sort of inevitability about it. Oh, we've got to go a bit off-road here. Right, he's back on. He survived. Right, okay, right. Whoa, how long did your paper round take? I mean, mine, as I say, was only about half an hour as far as I can remember, but I was quite fit then. I used to like run round. Let's go over these flowers. Right, another donut. It's supposed to be a tyre, that, but I don't know why a tyre will be out on its own. Or there's another one. This could be a bit iffy. Oh, we got round that. That was quite good going. What was this, Tuesday or Wednesday? I haven't been paying attention. Okay, right. Here we go. Well, you knew I was going. So this is the only version of Paperboy that will be in cyan. It is a cyan boy. You're quite correct when reading that on the... Oops. Oh, dear me. I got away with that one. Yeah, mine was in the evening. Those morning paper rounds, I don't think I could have... I never had a morning paper round. They was always in the evening after school. 19 hours a day looking at the screen. Yeah, it's going to get you eventually. I think, well, if you blink a lot, I mean, it depends how your brain's sorted out. If you drink a lot of water, I suppose, that might be okay. But I'm no health expert. Now, on YouTube, I've been in it a while. I did have 2 burnouts, so I pretty much know the signs if I am having it, and then I know how to combat it. But you know, that's a bit of experience from being in the game for as long as I have done. This guy's an expert, is he? Maybe. Right, okay. I'm just trying to think what's going on later on the channel in the week. There's going to be a vlog on Friday. They seem to be getting a bit more elaborate. I was in space in the last one in an X-wing fighter. I never thought that would happen, but I was, until I got teleported out by a thunder dwarf. And that's the way it goes. Night, Julie. We're only about 2 more minutes left there. So thank you, thanks Julie for your super chats. Yeah, so we will call it the end of the stream. It was supposed to be an hour. And based on what's happened tonight and what you've actually told me, there will be a late night stream next week as well. So we'll do a 6 to 8, and then we might do a 9 to 11 or a 10 to 12. But I'm going to have to square that with the movements of everyone else in the house. So in theory, we should be doing that. So thank you to everyone that did the super chats, and thank you for joining me again. It wasn't scheduled in. It wasn't a planned one. So enjoy the rest of your evening if you're still staying up for a few hours. And yeah, it's gone really, really, really well. So this week we've done a couple of extra streams and it's gone good. The lag worries me a little bit where we cut out and in again, but I can fix that by upgrading the internet at some point. It's just a matter of getting it all together. So yeah, I'll see you in the week, possibly on the Thursday for the live stream, but the other ones will be good as well. So till next time, as I say, can't thank you enough. Take great care. You're a great bunch of people. Next time, take great care of yourself and a very fond goodbye. See you. Don't worry about the leg. I won't. So goodbye. See you later. Thank you.